The Hutton inquiry hears concerns that the government may have over-egged the language in its dossier on Iraq. A retired intelligence chief says some of his specialist staff felt their advice was being ignored.
A top civil servant with access to Tony Blair takes control of government relations with the media.
Police in Wigan hunt a rapist who attacked a 15-year-old girl he met through an internet chat room.
The Home Secretary defends plans to make immigrants to Britain learn English.
And grounded, an attempt to break a new altitude record fails to take off.
Hello, good afternoon. This is BBC News 24 with Matthew Amroliwala and Jane Hill.
Good afternoon. Members of the Defence Intelligence Staff have been giving evidence to the Hutton inquiry today. A former senior civil servant, Dr Brian Jones, was working in the department at the time the September dossier was published.
This is BBC News 24, still to come this afternoon.
Fighting the bullies, new steps to stop violence in the classroom. First, though, the police in Wigan are appealing for witnesses after a 15-year-old girl...
Until then, we'll take a look at some other stories in brief. A second man has been charged with the murder of a millionaire businessman and his family. William Hornsey, who's 51, has been charged with killing Amajit Chauhan, his wife, their two sons and his mother-in-law. They all disappeared from Heston in West London in February. 38-year-old Peter Rees has also been charged with those murders.
A man has appeared before Medway magistrates in Kent, charged with abducting a 14-year-old girl. David Milner, who's 46 and comes from Gillingham, faces 8 other charges. He and the girl were found in northern Scotland. He'll appear before magistrates again later this month.
Hundreds of mourners have attended the funeral of the murdered teenager Jodie Jones. Students and staff from Jodie's school were among those who paid their respects at a church service in Midlothian. The 14-year-old's body was found near her home in Dalkeith more than 2 months ago. Police have not found her killer.
Now, new tests are being introduced for immigrants who want British citizenship. They'll have to be able to speak English, become familiar with British law, history and culture, and gain an understanding.
Just gone 5:15, these are the headlines. A retired Ministry of Defence Intelligence Chief, Brian Jones, has told the Hutton inquiry about his staff's concerns about the government's 45-minute warning claim on Iraq.
Police in Wigan hunt a rapist who attacked a 15-year-old girl he met through an internet chat room.
And plans to make immigrants who want British citizenship learn English have been defended by the Home Secretary.
And in sport, Rio Ferdinand is out of England's Euro 2004 qualifier against Macedonia. The Manchester United defender has failed to recover from a kidney infection. Newcastle say Craig Bellamy shouldn't play for Wales against Italy on Saturday, despite an all-clear from the medics on his injured knee. Stuart Abbott of Wasps could be England's World Cup wildcard. He's one of 12 changes for the return with France at Twickenham. And Henman and Rosetsky are reunited as Great Britain try to stay in the top flight of world tennis. Full details in half an hour. See you then.
Robin, we will indeed. Thank you very much indeed. Let's get more now, though, on the overhaul of Tony Blair's media machine. As we were discussing in the last few minutes, it's being seen as an attempt to get away. Hello, good evening. This is BBC News 24 with Matthew Amroliwala and Jane Hill.
Well, the time is exactly 5:30. Let's get a summary of our top stories. A former senior Ministry of Defence official has told the Hutton